time for the segment that is setting the world on fire, set of 6. Now, Will, the questions are actually starting to flow in thick and fast at the moment.
All right.
Now, for everyone sending questions, we've answered the teeth thing. Just let it go. They're fine. Question number 1.
They're fine. Yeah.
On the weekend, the Dragons played the Melbourne Storm in what a lot of people thought would be probably a grand final preview, the way the two teams are going. Now, that game was notable for 2 things. First of all, the Dragons absolutely pumped them.
Yeah.
Second of all, Cameron Smith got punched in the agates. If you could punch one player in your career in the balls, who would it be?
Oh, God. It wouldn't be Cameron Smith because he hasn't done anything wrong to me. I could see why people want to punch Smitty in the nuts, but I think, who would it be? There was a couple of little dirty pricks around about the 2000 era. Oh, maybe like a little girl like Simon Wolford or something like that, a little halfback, or a little hooker, a little cheeky prick, you know what I mean? Like, he'd do some real dirty stuff to you. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't ever punch someone in the nuts myself, but I mean, like, if I had one choice, just a little slow one.
Rabbit punch.
Yeah, a little rabbit punch.
All right. Second question, going on from who you would punch in the nuts. Who is the worst teammate you ever had in terms of when you roomed with them or going away on tours?
Ooh.
Most annoying?
Anyone who snores. I can't handle it. I mean, like anybody who snores, if you make the little... It's Chris Walker. I've had him a couple of times. I'll give Chris Walker it. Like, I can't... He snores... So, he's chopping down trees. Like, he's chopping down massive trees. And he's right next... He might as well have been right in your ear. Like, it's ridiculous. I just ruined him on the weekend with Legends of League. It's ridiculous. I'll never room with him again.
There you go. That's pretty definitive. Now,
it's awful.
Boxing or MMA?
Oh, man. At the moment now, with Conor McGregor out of MMA and Ronda Rousey and all these sort of big superstars about 5 years ago, everything was all about MMA. Them two are gone. No one's really grabbed that whole MMA and said, I'm the next champ. They've got some great fighters, but at the moment now, boxing's coming up. I mean, they've got some that Lomachenko, he's sort of changing the game, I think at the moment, boxing. Anthony Joshua, he just fought that fight.
Yeah. Fight. Now, on the weekend, 2 blokes from PNG made their debuts in the NRL.
Yep.
There's been a number of players over the last couple of years from PNG that are starting to take that next step. There's talk about the Cairns PNG combo team coming together.
Yep.
Is it time for PNG to be in the NRL?
There has to be. It has to be. I think the amount of people that jumped off the PNG side, they're either they're contracted either in England or they're part of a system in the NRL. So there's about 10 or 12 players. So that's unbelievable for a little nation like that. There is time for the NRL to grow the NRL, play 4 games in PNG, play the rest in Cairns and Brisbane. There's a place for it, and I think people will love it. The PNG players will love it. The PNG people will love it. And I think it's time for us to really expand. Don't worry about Darwin. Don't worry about Perth. No one gives a shit about rugby league over there. That's AFL area. I know we want to expand it over there, but have a look. If you go to PNG, any player's been to PNG, no, that's our number 1. We need a team there. We can't be based there, but we can play 4 games there in Cairns and in Brisbane. It needs to happen soon.
It's good, I agree. Now, the next question. I've had some terrible news. My son has decided that he wants to support the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Oh, Finn, what are you doing to your dad?
It's all because of GI.
Oh, okay.
It's all GI's fault. Now, first question, will I have to pull all his teeth out? And second question...
You're going to answer the backlash from the South supporters.
Second question, who is the favourite team? Like, everyone has a team that they support. Who do you support in the NRL?
Well, when we were younger...
You played for every club.
Exactly. I mean, when you were younger, you went for the Roosters. Yeah. But, this day and age, kids go for players. This is why Finn loves GI, because GI is such a great player. Where's Cooper Cronk going? He's going the Roosters. I want to go support the Roosters. Well, where does Billy play for? I want to go support Melbourne. But they really support Queensland at the moment because they love the people that play for Queensland. So whatever club they're playing for, they support them. It's not like when we were younger, I supported St George all the way until I started playing grade. You still support the Roosters, and most people around our age still support the same club. But these young kids now, they just support their players. So Finn loves GI. He's met GI before. He knows GI is such a great player, so you should be happy. You should be happy with him supporting GI.
I'm not. And who would you? What? Deep down, who do you support?
Deep down, I'm probably back at the Dogs now that I'm retired.
Right.
My heart's there.
Yeah, fair enough too. Now, the last question's actually been sent in by a viewer, believe it or not. As I said, there's been some pretty average questions. This has been sent in by Callan O'Neill, good Irish name. He probably supported the Irish for the World Cup. He would like to know, Jason Day has just won $1.4 million in a tournament no one's ever heard of. Is $1.4 million a ridiculous amount for a sport that's crap? And do you play golf?
I'm starting to play golf, and 1.4 million. I mean, compared to, it's one of the most popular games in the world. You have a look when they win the Masters and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Like what Royal McIlroy signed a $250 million deal with Nike. So you're not talking about little pennies here. You're talking about millions and millions of dollars. So when they win a little, they might play in Dubai and win 1.4 mil. It's just a little joke for them. I mean, like we got to play for 10 years to earn 1.4 million. Actually, like my mate Dimi Papadopoulos, he's a professional golfer here now, and he's gave me a pair of clubs. So he sort of wants me to start a new
a pair, just two.
Shut up.
You've never played golf. The answer is you've never played golf.
Never played golf, but I'm starting to play golf. I'm going to start really getting into it. So look out, PGA.
All right. Now, if you have any questions that are better than the one that Callan O'Neill sent in, please get them to us via social media. Slide into my DMs.
Peace, people.